Me there now Studio 53. Alongside my brother Angelo. More than I can carry. I know my journey is so rocky, and the burden is so heavy. Yeah, but through life experience, I let it people at a distance. Don't matter how the enemy responds. So let's see me guidance, me guidance. Yeah, cause I put a blesser. We tell them no man curse. Don't matter how the wicked them get. We judge a pass it through the worst. Yeah. Tell them no man curse. Don't matter how things get. We judge a pass it through the worst. Yeah, we know life so hard. Me nobody shovel, tell them down in the yard. And even when things get so bad, is only one man give me my reward. That's God. My mama always tell me, stay away from trouble daily, and keep away from bad company. And anything you want, ask the Almighty, cause who's your blesser? We tell them they say no man curse. We matter how hard things get. We judge a pass it through the worst. Yeah. Who's your blesser? We tell them they say no man curse. No matter how hard things get. We judge a pass it through the worst. We don't have them like her. We stand up in no chariot of fire. Remember Daniel. We sit up in the lion's den. Remember King Solomon, who walk up on the earth as a wise man. Remember King David, when they reach out down to Babylon. Yeah. We tell them they say no man curse. No matter how hard things get. We judge a pass it through the worst. Yeah. Who's your blesser? We tell them they say no man curse. No matter how hard things get. We judge a pass it through the worst. Yeah. I say love shall live and yet a man die. I say let loose the pussy gander. Let Babylon turn over like crimson and clover. Yeah, when I be ice, I show the ice, gold and green band, and me come to kick Babylon in the face. Spit it.
Let Babylon turn over like crimson and clover. Listen now, Sasha. Get him. Trinidad and Tobago tonight, the name of this video is 20,000 Reasons Why. And as this video goes on tonight, you will understand why it is called 20,000 Reasons Why. I want to dedicate it. I want to dedicate it to all of those who have been trying so hard to put obstacles in our path. Those of them who thought that they could get on bad outside there and make it difficult for us, they drop it like flies. Look at what's going on in their own life. Look at what's going on in their own life. Who Jah bless, no man curse. Tell them tonight, we waiting on the numbers, so share up them numbers. It's music in all the tail till we get them numbers. Tonight, 20,000 Reasons Why. Are you ready? Tell me. Are you ready?
Tell them all the stink and dirty.
Bring the numbers.
Double them. Don't free them, but run for your life. Don't free them, they say. Don't free them, but run for your life. Don't free them. Tell them we no friend, no woman friend, no stick and friend, no demand. We go come out hard to find them like we did total man. Descendant of the blue one, yeah, and this is my dominion. Holy
Rise, Orange Army,
I have faith inspiration, I have faced tribulation. This is my decoration. Holy in the deep bush where I come from, serpents and scorpions just run when they see my right hand. Hearing them for destruction. Afraid of no man, and no boy, and no woman, no girl, and no twin. Came here to battle and fight for my life, while I'm hearing them sing. They come out of busted. Like they want to bust me. No matter what they do me, I don't bound to them. We be getting on like they want to come for me. So tell them come for me. Tell them we don't friend nobody. All of them will walk confront with anywhere we go. We friend no man and friend no demon. Tell them we don't friend nobody. All of them will want to stop. We tell them we don't friend no woman friend no stick and friend no demon. I say
Trinidad and Tobago, light up. Orange Army, rise. Rise, Orange Army. It is time for a better nation. And those who daring to come and talk foolishness, to defend nonsense, tell them we don't afraid nobody.
This case should never have come to trial. The state has not produced one iota of medical evidence that the crime Tom Robinson is charged with ever took place.
Atticus Finch closing arguments in To Kill a Mockingbird was a life-changing moment for me.
It has relied instead upon the testimony of two witnesses whose evidence has not only been called into serious question on cross-examination, but has been flatly contradicted by the defendant.
Now listen, I'm not going to play the whole thing, but To Kill a Mockingbird, Atticus Finch's closing argument. Listen to that. Listen to that and see if it don't reach down your throat. And for the men, find the man inside you. Because you need to be a man now. We need to be men. No. Listen, women, you have your role, and don't get me wrong. I say it all the time. Women hold up more than half this country, but I am speaking to the men tonight. We have a mission. We have a mission in this country. Men, find your manhood. We have a mission to defend our women and our children and our nation. Men. It is time for the men in Trinidad and Tobago to stand up and stand strong on things like principles and integrity and morality. This nation is dying. I was listening. Now, I wanted to touch on this today on the radio, but so many things went on today in the radio, and I ended up having to change my whole tack when we went to discuss that Starbucks profit, Starbucks International profits, Starbucks, a coffee company, Starbucks profits were higher than Trinidad and Tobago's gross domestic product. anything they tell you after that. Anything the PNM and the UNC tell you after that, tell them, miss me with your bullshit. Starbucks profit was higher than the GDP of the third wealthiest nation in the Western Hemisphere. And all you're not shame, all you're not shame. The Progressive Empowerment Party at the opening of the South Launch, I spoke again about the education system every year. This is SCA week. And every year, I apologize to the children who go and do SCA. Every year, I apologize to them, and I apologize to the parents of the children who do SCA. And I tell them, before the results come out, before anybody talk anything, understand that the SCA is a failed concept. It is no judge of your ability, no moment in time. Khalil Gibran says to measure you by your weakest link is to reckon the power of the ocean by the frailty of its foam. A bad morning, a difficult day. We've all had them. Have you ever had a day of brain fog? Have you ever had a day when something's just not clicking? You're going to take an 11-year-old child, put them under immense pressure. Tell them that exam you're going to do. Because to the poor in this country, that SCA exam is everything, you know. Because if that child fails, mommy and daddy counting the days till they're dead. Because failing the SCA exam in Trinidad and Tobago could be a death sentence for many people. It may not happen right away. But if you build somebody's life on the performance of an exam, a regurgitation exam at 11 years old, you are destroying them. Now, Professor Jerome DeLille, I do not know you. I have never in my life heard of you. But in my humble opinion, you, sir, are a jackass. You are a professor, and the bullshit I am about to read, because the Progressive Empowerment Party's position on the SCA has rocked the narrative to the core. The vampire system can't stand, because people understand, wait now, if what this man Alexander saying is a fact, if they created common entrance that became SCA when we didn't have enough places in the school, when it was 10,000 places and 20,000 children, so 20,000 children had to see who could get in. That was the common entrance exam, which became the SCA. But we spent our billions. Eric Williams, George Chambers, Robinson, Manning, Pandey, Kamala, Rowley, them like to build school. Cutting the ribbon to open school is big friggin' business in Trinidad and Tobago. So we have 20,000 plus seats. There are enough schools. There are enough classrooms. There are enough chairs. There are enough blackboards. There are enough teachers. So why do we need an entrance exam? Professor DeLille, you're a jackass for bringing your title to bear on the conversation and speaking this much bullshit, because I am going to rip you apart. And I am longing for the opportunity to get on a television show to further rip you apart, friend. This is a country that shares degrees, masters, doctorates, and professorships like chocolate, jelly bean, and sweetie. Half all I want the paper or the title written on. Hear this, jackass. The secondary assessment entrance examination should not be abolished. But children who sit this SCA should not be made to believe that their success or failure in life hinges on how they perform in this exam. Jackass. Jackass, that your first statement shows that your knowledge is word knowledge, and you have no common sense and no understanding, what then, sir, is the point of the exam? What then? It's like those races where you have a race and they give everybody in the race a medal. What are you training for? Why does the guy in front train so hard to win if there is no distinction between his medal and the child who stopped to tie his shoelace and dribble all the way to the finish line? If there is no purpose to the race, why have the race in the first place? Why put the family under pressure? Why put the children under pressure? Why put the nation under pressure? Why have a two-tiered school system? Prestige and also rank. Professor DeLille, and I don't know you, and I don't want to make you a star. People like you should be left in the dark. Like how the PNM treats its members. You know, the PNM treats its members like if they're raising mushrooms. Keep them in the dark and feed them bullshit. That is what Professor DeLille did here. And I am willing to bet all my left sides of socks. For the rest of my life, I will wear only a right side of socks. That's a real bet. Betting money that you can afford to lose and then kind of thing is nothing. If you bet all your left side of socks, you will remember that bet for the rest of your life. Every time you put on a shoe, you'll say, man, I make a stupid bet. I'm willing to bet every left side of socks I own that this fella DeLille is a PNM. Professor Jerome DeLille offered this view during a lecture on SCA at UWI School of Education, St. Augustine on Friday night. DeLille said there are studies which show the merits of 11+ exams like SCA. But he doesn't name one. And I remember when Kamala and crew, her Ministry of Communication, paid a Ukrainian advertising firm, I kid you not, to say that Trinidad and Tobago is either the #1 destination, the happiest people, or some bullshit. You could get a title in anything, you know. In Trinidad and Tobago, for the past 10 years, there's an Australian company selling master's degrees in 9 months. 9 months. You could get your master's degree in 9 months. 9 months. You're a master of nothing, you know. But you're gone by, what's the place? What's the place? Horizons. You're gone by Horizons. Or you're gone by the one that used to be in Westmore and moved down into Woodbrook. And you frame it big. Did you see the frame they put it? And they're up on the wall. It's a master. The only master you could be in 9 months is, you know, the people who just put bait on hooks. If you go to fish by one of those industrial lakes where they pack it with fish for you to come and fish, you could actually get a caddy, somebody to come and bait your hooks for you, a baiter. If the only degree masters you could get is a master baiter, I'm telling you, you're a master at that, because nobody, nowhere. Do you know where masters came from? You know, masters, the term masters. People think associate's degree, bachelor degree, master's, doctorate is somehow steps up a ladder. But it's not. They have nothing to do with each other. Certificates and an associate degree can help you get a bachelor's degree, but that is where it stops. That's where it stops. And a bachelor's degree is knowledge, demonstration of the ability to hold knowledge. I know the basis of law. I know the basis of medicine. I know the basis of anything. That is what a bachelor's degree means. It just means that you're capable of reading and understanding. That's it. That's it. That's the whole kit and the whole caboodle. And for a lot of people, that is the sum total of their life's accomplishments. And I don't want to piss on it too much. You are supposed to take that bachelor's degree like a stepping stone and build a career. Now your career, time, experience, knowledge acquired over time could elevate you to the position where your peers could consider you a master. The difference between an artisan and a craftsman is the level of skill and knowledge. How the tool sits naturally in your hand. You cannot learn that in 9 months. You cannot. To the Australian company selling Trinidadians master's degrees for $30,000, you're robbing Trini and you're giving Trini tools to rob other people, going for job interview and saying, I have a master's. What is your master's in? And I keep challenging that. Because there are a lot of people that have an abundance of degrees but an absence of critical thinking, logical deduction, and no knowledge. I have written, stopped actually counting, when it crossed 1 million words. When it crossed 1 million words on my blog, I stopped counting. That didn't count the 2 articles I wrote every week for the Mirror. That didn't count the 2 articles I wrote every week for the Guardian, Express, and Newsday, because every week I was in the central letter to the editor. And they looked forward to it. I wrote a lot. I have unpublished books, and I listen. It doesn't matter to me who like me, don't like me. I know what I could do. When it comes to words, I'm a wordsmith, and I understand that. This is not boast, this is fact. And when you become a master at something, it is because of a lifetime in the discipline. I remember reading the story about Brian Lara and his bat and his ball bearings, because he couldn't afford a ball. So he used to bat ball bearings. And when you're batting ball bearings, the margin for error is smaller. You really can't miss. I read about David Beckham, Bend It Like Beckham. Beckham, when he was a young boy, used to hang his jersey. Beckham used to hang his jersey on the goalpost. He ain't just aiming to put the ball in the goal. He aiming to hit his jersey hanging from a goalpost bar. Larry Bird said he wasn't better. No, was it Larry Bird or Magic Johnson? I apologize, it is one of these two. Who said he wasn't better than the rest of the basketball players, you know. But he used to get to the court hours before everybody else and bounce that ball. Bounce that ball. Until you know, at a point in time, you will know everything that that ball could do. The day you get to a point where you know everything that that ball could do, you're a master. You can learn anything by book only and get a degree that says you're a master. A master is someone who puts his knowledge to the test, and through amassing experience, success and failure, achieves a standard. There used to be a pen called a Mont Blanc pen. Mont Blanc. A Mont Blanc pen was in many professions. If you were climbing a career ladder and you got to a point where you had the respect of your peers, they'd award you a Mont Blanc pen. I remember once I wrote an article and Rafiq Shah wrote on it, Kaiso Boy, and Raoul Pantin shared it. And I felt like I had earned the respect of people whose opinions mattered to me. People who have been in that vineyard, who've been working at it. And I don't want to stick on this point too much, but I need to make that point. We live in a country where there are people who get doctorates. Listen to me now. Kit Rowley is a doctor of rocks. Kit Rowley understands how the earth is composed, the composition of the earth. He understands, using soil tests and soil samples, all the different ways soil under different conditions would behave. And still, that doctor of rocks, Kit Rowley, built Las Alturas, that cost us $25 million to tear down. He built it on shifting sand. That is the same doctor who approved Tarouba Stadium. The British engineer came and said the stadium can't last 10 years. Queen's Park Oval there nearly 100 years. Brian Lara Stadium ain't gonna see 10. Because they built it in Tarouba. And even though the UNC ripped the Tarouba Link Road apart and rebuilt it with every engineering piece of knowledge they could find, it's still twisting and falling away. Because that part of the country, the soil is unstable. That Doctor of Rocks built an industrial estate on the Pitch Lake, Labidco, cost us $1 billion, throw it. Doctor of Rocks. You have a doctorate. A doctorate, you know, man. The people who gave Keith Rowley his doctorate after those 3 embarrassing episodes should have written to him and said, give us back. Give us back. Delil, coming back to you, while different people express different views about the SEA, Delil said it is important to note that we are all products of the 11 plus examination, like common entrance and the SEA. This is a black man. This is a black man whose generation ago was a slave. If you are a black man in Trinidad and Tobago, born here, there is a 99.99% chance that 2 generations ago, your ancestor was sold on a block. Chain up. Links to work for free. If Mr. Delil is of the mindset that the past equals the future, that the present cannot dictate itself, then why doesn't he shackle himself and sell himself to the next white man that walk past him? Because at a time, Trinidad's economy collapsed when slavery was abolished. This jackass Delil is willing to tell you that because we suffered through common entrance, everybody must suffer through common entrance. That is a jackass worthy of being entered into a jackass race. Delil observes, it's difficult for some people to step back and analyze the challenges associated with the exam. My friend, that's all we are talking about. The examination puts too much stress on the nation's children for a false premise. We have enough schools, we have enough classrooms, we have enough desks and chairs, we have enough teachers. So why aren't all of our classes operating at the same level? Why? Why? If we're spending $5 billion equally on all schools, if all our teachers go to the same teacher training college, if we hold one curriculum nationally, how is it possible, my friend Delil, how is it possible that some schools are prestige and some schools fail? I put to you, my friend, that the exam rips children from relationships that matter. And that, more than anything else about the SEA, is the biggest crime. Because it is the relationships. If you read Maslow's hierarchy of needs, you will understand that human intimacy is the crucible from which real humanity grows. And we need our children to forge strong bonds with peers and grow. And at the age of 11, when they have friends that they feel almost like family, you break their hearts. You shatter their worldview. You sow the seeds of anxiety, bipolar, and depression in these children. Because that one act takes a lifetime to heal. a lifetime. Go and listen to Dr. John Bradshaw talk about the stunted child. If you listen to John Bradshaw lecture on the stunted child, you will understand that many adults are walking through life crying out as little children, stunted at an age at which they felt a massive hurt and have never grown beyond. And most of our adults, all of the dysfunction and codependency in society that leads to all of these mental illnesses happens when we damage children in the developmental stage. From the age of infancy to the age of 15 years old. And 15 is a different problem. 15 is a different piece of madness. But you need to get them in a comfortable worldview by the age of 15. That things like justice, fairness, respect, manners, you want to know where manners gone? You want to know where things like character and integrity gone? You shattered it. When you rip them from the only things that they considered part of that was their world, you destroyed their world at 11. You drop them in a school, the term start, they meeting everybody new, an 11-year-old child in a school that is dominated by massive teenagers. I remember mine. Total panic, total fear. There is a panic attached to that first year in school. We have no guidance counselors. We have no psychologists on site. Nobody there to say, hey, it'll get better. You don't know. You have nothing to trust and believe it on, because everything that you believed in the world was just shattered. So there's nothing for you to say, I will place my trust in this because. And especially if you come from a broken home, if you had any other life-changing, life-damaging experiences, to go through that at 11 breaks you. All the bullying, all the drug abuse, all the addiction, all the anxiety, all the bipolar and codependency in our society could be laid at the feet of the SEA/Common Entrance exam. But we have jackasses with titles like professor and a ready and willing media capable of doing nothing, critical thinking, copy and paste bullshit, so that you who don't know better are led astray further. Because a professor said, the media cover it. How to be true? How to be true? You ask every single teacher in this country who honest with you, and they will tell you SEA is madness. Especially SEA class teachers. SEA is madness. SEA drives parents to drink. SEA could break a family, mash it up. It is an insane thing. And if it serves no purpose, if it serves absolutely no purpose, what it is that Einstein said, all children are geniuses. Everybody is a genius. But if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will live its whole life believing that it is stupid. Why would we have an exam for no purpose but a shuffling of the children to separate fish from fowl, goat from sheep, to allow the prestige elite in society to put some spinning rims on their social life? My child going Fatima, she passed for prominence. It's all bullshit. It's all manufactured nonsense. It serves no purpose. I want you to hear, I want you to understand that the SEA exam, there is not one redeeming purpose for having it. Not one. That all of our schools in this society should be zoned. Where you live, you go to school. And if it is a society where it is easy for parents to own their homes, then those children will grow with peers that they will remember. Hey, remember we used to run around and kick ball when we were 6 years old? And you're having that conversation when you're 60. You see, that community could survive hurricane, earthquake, tsunami, any kind of disaster. Human beings that bound together from that age, that grow through life's vicissitudes, will stand with each other. Things like poverty and drug addiction, homelessness. People will stand and hold each other. Everything about we are our brother's keeper and it takes a village to raise a child. That's what they mean. It don't take a village in Kokiye to raise a child in Toko Manzanilla who come from Diego Martin West. That is not what they're trying to tell you. But we have jackasses in every position of authority in this country. This man, Delil's professorship should be revoked. He should be sent to make sandwiches in Subway. Make this man a sandwich artist. Let him have an opinion about the quality of the roast beef and the salami Christian Muti is selling. Let him have an opinion about that. He should have no opinion on anything that matters. Nothing. This is a jackass. And in a jackass in college clothes. Tell me where in this article it goes on. There are mythical beliefs associated with the SCA. Referring to some SCA advertisements, Delil said there is no guarantee that a child who comes first in an 11+ exam will have a career as a brain surgeon. So again, jackass, what's the point of the exam? What's the point? What's the point? If it is no arbiter of performance, because no snapshot could be. If you talk to Atto Boulder, I keep coming to Atto because I watch this man working with athletes. I'm watching him deal with people's highs and their lows, and I'm watching him deal with it publicly. Go to Atto and tell him, imagine if you had an athlete that we said will run a race at the age of 11, and depending on how that race do will determine if they're an athlete at all for the rest of their life and what kind of race they could run. Go and ask Atto if you do that. If you are having the educational equivalent of heats, heats is this. You have 100 athletes want to run a race. The finals could only take 10. So you have to have 10 races. You have to have 10 races of 10 people. And the winner of each one races as the final 10 because you only have space for 10. But if you had space for 100, you ever see a marathon? 30,000 people want to run the marathon, run. Show up there, number when the gun go off, run. Because they have enough space. There are 1 million people in the marathon. Bike race, Tour de France. Show up. You make the time. Jump on your bike. Ocean swims. Ironman. Show up, brother. They have enough room in the ocean. They have enough room on the road for you to run and for you to ride. Show up. If in our education system, Mr. Delil, because I know Anthony Garcia sent you to distract the population with bullshit, I want to answer you. If there are no shortages of schools, and there are no shortages of classes, and there are no shortages of desks and chairs, and there are no shortages of teachers, Mr. Delil, what point does the SCA exam serve? The SCA also has false negatives attached to it. Delil identified one of those negatives as children who pass for junior secondary schools are not smart. He explained this comes from an elitist worldview. Another negative is whether or not children who pass for non-traditional schools are better or worse than those who pass for traditional schools. So then, my friend, what's the point of the exam? Delil said he was able to cope with the stress of these kinds of exams when other children could not. Responding to questions from the audience, Delil said not everyone handles stress in the same way. Anxiety is different. With this year's SCAs taking place next week, Delil cautioned parents against overstressing their children on the eve of the exam. Anxiety is different, he said. All exams must have an element of fairness in them. Delil said the kind of fairness given to students who sit the SCA should be carefully looked at, and again, and again, and again. And I ask every single member of Trinidad and Tobago society, I ask you now, I ask you to examine your soul, search your heart, check your brain, do your research of what benefit could an SCA exam serve in the nation. If all the schools are supposed to be at the same level, if all the schools get the same amount of money, if all the schools are capable of putting out the right and same amount of education, what's the point of the stress and the anxiety and the family-destroying pressure of the SCA exam? The SCA, he continued, is a big tool, and hopefully it can be refined this year, but he said he doesn't say to what. Delil also hoped that parents remember that the children have frailties, and these should be managed as they prepare for SCA. But why should they have to prepare for an exam that accomplishes nothing based on your words? If you admit that anxiety is real, and the children are frail, and this exam could cause stress, and you just said, Mr. Delil, that the exam serves no freaking purpose, what's the point? He also said SCA should have some connection to a country's economy. Delil highlighted Singapore and Norway examples of countries which have invested in education because they know education is crucial to ensure their survival. But he didn't tell you this, that in those countries, they have no SCA. He hoped that once people can see beyond SCA, they could realize what possibilities exist for them in education. I believe this gentleman, opened his mouth to speak on the issue without engaging his brain. I honestly believe that. It is either Professor Delil, the first comment, another mindless educationist. How are the teachers going to make extra money on lessons? How are rich and connected people going to get their children in top schools? SCA is an old outdated examination which is like the slavery days where the master and higher society people get to pick the schools. Professor, your findings do not reflect in your conclusion. I should have just read Krishna Ramratan's comment. Because to the people who benefit from anything, there is no problem. But to those who lose, 20% of the 20,000 children get prestige places. 18,000 children fight up also ran. 18,000 children. 18,000 children go to schools that benefit from the same exact money and the same exact teachers, and the Ministry of Education not monitoring the performance of the teachers, because we deal with our children in 2 5-year GRAP, SCA, GRAP, CXC, and between there, the teachers and the principals can do what they ask they like. And that is not a way to run an education system. So for the benefit of Mr. Delil, Professor Delil, and anybody else listening, the Progressive Empowerment Party plans to abolish the SCA. All schools should be made 10-year schools. So children, parents, teachers, all of them grow together as a community for the entire duration of the child's base scholastic career. No SCA, 10-year schools. But we would like to encourage children to aim for and excel, to aim to maximize their potential. So there will be an applied grade point average to every child. This serves us 2 purposes. This allows the child and the caregivers, parents/caregivers of the child, to monitor the child's performance in relation to last year. It gives the school, the teachers, the Ministry of Education, and the educators, and especially the social monitors, the opportunities to watch and see if anything changed in the child's life based on the results of an exam. based on their performance. It gives one more thing. It gives the Ministry of Education the ability to judge the performance of principals, vice principals, and teachers through a supervisor of education, one in each constituency, 41 Progressive Empowerment Party appointed 41 supervisors of education who have one basic job: to ensure that, like a rising tide lifts all boats, that all of the children in the country benefit from the same high standard, high quality education, and that none are left behind. Along the way, through the development of the children, as they grow, some will have a marked predisposition to different disciplines. And you will note those who are more academically inclined, those who are more sporting inclined, those who are more artistically inclined. You will be able to see trades. You will be able to see those who like to work with their hand. My dad is a plumber, my mom is a carpenter. I want to be a plumber and a carpenter. You will see it where they find their passion, where they find their love. Because the science teaches us, if you marry your friend and do what you love as your career, you will never have an unhappy day in life. Trinidad and Tobago, we have the ability to look. We don't have to reinvent the wheel. Success leaves clues. Finland's education model is so far ahead of the rest of the world. The next 5 in line don't add up to the success of the Finland model. And the Finland model have no homework. The Finland model have no SEA. The Finland model have no PNM children walking around outside there, broken, cussing wind. If you come to them and give them a light, they bust your light. They want the darkness. Give me my darkness. Give me my Balize juice to drunken my ass and leave me stupid. Don't come and talk, Philip Alexander. I went through the school system and I failed. And look at me. Yes, I'm making hole in the mud with my toes, but that's okay. They just find me, come on my wall, and tell me, shut up, don't rescue me, leave the man to beat me, licks his love. If the PNM know that kicking we in the face, pissing on my head is love, we want PNM love. Listen now, my mission here is not to entertain or please anybody. My job is to rip the blinders from your eye. If you see the light and choose to close your eyes after that, that is on you. That is on you. But we will bring knowledge and education and a path to critical thinking. We will show you how your brain is a tool, and that if you use it to take in knowledge, to listen to what is said, and to note what is not said, to arrive at your own deductions, conclusions. These are words that you've heard. Conclude, Latin, to bring to an end, full stop. The Progressive Empowerment Party exists for that. The Progressive Empowerment Party, we are there to hold Massa hand. Hey, no more whipping. That done. Give me the whip. It's over. The Progressive Empowerment Party's job is to unshackle your mind, to free it. They say birds born in a cage think flying is an illness. If you read the allegory of the cave, you will see the only thing they didn't say was outside the cave had a red, white, and black flag, where people who born shackled to a wall looking at the reflection of light only know the reflection. If one escape and go outside and tell them they have real light and come back and say, what we see in there is just a reflection, they're telling you a lie. Leave we here. Leave my chains alone. It is why we still so, while the rest of the world. Do you know that for the entirety of the PNM's term in office, this 4 years, that the entire world's economy has grown every year? And that the only nation on planet Earth that have any worth Trinidad and Tobago is in a recession, a manufactured recession. So Colm Imbert and Keith Rowley's 1% friends could pick up contracts, could pick up properties, could pick up agencies. When you go out of business, you can't get finance, you can't get credit, you can't get US, you can't get help. All your ass. If you don't have access to the pool of drug money, fire burn you. But we're here. The name of this video is 20,000 Reasons. We had a radio show this morning that lit up Trinidad and Tobago between 9 and noon. Today we found out that once again, every time we meet the measures set for us by the media owned by the contract mafia, they move the bar. Tonight a media house sent us a message. Between 8 and 9 p.m. we have contracted TV spots. To remove any program in place of yours will now cost $26,000 plus VAT. We were paying $18,000 before. So we had to fight and make the $18,000 to air our South opening. And the response was overwhelming. So the dictators who are controlling our media airwaves have raised the price again to $26,000 plus VAT. The show is 30 minutes long. We are going to pay $1,000 a minute to spread that message of hope and opportunity. We, the Progressive Empowerment Party, didn't come this far to only come this far. And to the arbiters of price and policy in the media that is doing everything in their power to block the Progressive Empowerment Party. Know this. Know it without a shadow of a doubt. That pendulum swings two ways. I know there are people walking through this country convinced of the illusion that PNM and UNC is forever, that look around and see the whole world change. America voted itself a black president. Why can't Trinidad vote itself a thinking prime minister? It's possible. It's possible. The whole world embracing change. This video tonight is to ask all of you watching, if you could afford $10, $20, $100, $1,000, tell me on this live. I'm going to stay with you for the next however long it takes tonight until we raise that money tonight, because I don't care how many times I have to pay Sabga his 30 piece of silver, his blood money. My mission is to take the message to Trinidad and Tobago, and I will do it with everything I have inside me until the people of Trinidad and Tobago could stand up with the psalmist and say, free at last. We are working. If you could help us, if you could assist us tonight, PayPal, wire transfer, MoneyGram, Western Union. Akil Camps just committed $100. Thank you, my brother. We now chased in $19,900. Listen, if you could help us right here on this wall, just tell us, oh, if it is a big number, message Felicia Holder. If you could pay for the whole show, message Felicia. She will WhatsApp me and tell me, call it off. We have the money we need. We need to raise $26,000 plus VAT tonight, so that we can air the work that we did in Barataria last week Saturday. We're asking you for your assistance and your help. Please, Felicia is on the video, Satish Ramsaran is there. Robin, just say how much you could donate. Felicia and the crew will follow up with you to ask you and advise you how to get the money to us. Just reach out to them, talk to them.
Every day I sit and wonder how this sweet island gets so bitter. Low salary but cost of living gets higher. We inhumane behavior, things don't turn upside down. Smiling faces becomes a frown. Those the law, we now live in fear. People no longer
every amount helps. Every amount, $1, $5, $10, any amount helps.
They rub him and they shoot up me body. I can't take no more. I pray for we safe. Sweet tea and tea. Land of the milk and honey.
I just got a $5,000 donation straight to my inbox. The person needs to remain anonymous. He needs to remain anonymous because he has a government position. He just committed to $5,000. We're now chasing $25,000. My friend.
Like long ago, what was mine was yours too. Peace and harmony, my red, white, and black country.
Yes, Sonita, you could drop it anywhere. Thank you, Reagan, for your $1,000 donation.
I'm pleading with you, Lord.
Thank you for that. Curtis Rollo, Satish Ramsaran will give you that.
The rich are not feeling the pressure. People die like flies, yet we fight. What would it take for us?
Janelle, thank you.
Look how we children them going astray, and we hold on to faith each day.
Thank you, Celia. Thank you, Rose. Rose, you're always there with us.
Time to come, so all the innocent lives they take.
Thank you, Rhonda.
The mind and the souls they corrupted. Everything
Thank
has
you,
a
Jennifer.
price to pay.
Thank you.
On a great, great judgment day.
I'm here, boy.
Sweet tea and tea, land of the milk and honey, sweet family, the way
Thank you, Marina.
to be. Like long ago, what was mine was yours. Peace and harmony, my red, white, and black country.
Thank you to all of you committing to donate. Anything helps. Every little bit helps. Celia, somebody will contact you. Thank you, Nigel. Thank you very much. Anybody who wants to donate, $10, $20, $50, $100, $5,000. We taking anything. We want to pay this bill. We want to show them no matter how high you put it bar, we come in. We need to put this message outside there. Thank you, Johnny.
I lift up this island.
Thank you, Jamal.
Place me situation
Thank you, Nadia.
in your hand. You can't
Thank you, Douglas Richard Hall.
Thank
you, Alice.
Forgive us, Father, we have sinned. Turn back the sword, oh Lord, I'm pleading. Change the hearts of the wicked ones. Guide and protect all your daughters and sons.
Thank you, Nigel.
This perilous time for no. With you on board, blessings will flow. TNT will again arise. Through the sweet, sweet paradise.
Thank you, Jamuna.
Sweet family, the way that it used to be, Lord.
Thank you, Jeffrey Logan.
Long ago, what was mine was yours too. Peace and
We go hit that number tonight on this video. Thank you, Derek Lewis, for your donation. Just got another 50 US donation on my WhatsApp. You could message me. You could message me if you want, if it is something that you can't put out publicly. I understand the victimization. I know what it is like. I live in this country. I know how nasty they could be. But we're making up this money to put this show on the television for people to those who don't have social media. Let's keep getting the message out. They're afraid this party. I let her go, I let her talk, but she overdoing it, so we had to give her a little block for the duration of the show. We don't need that kind of negative energy. And I check her, she on the Toronto School Board, and she's a Trinidadian, but that PNM, that PNM Balize juice in their blood, partner. It there for good, you know. Some of them, they can't get out of their mind. It lock up. I tell you, birds born in a cage think flying is an illness. When you see people around you critically thinking, logically deducing. When you see people, thank you, Derek Nunes, for your £100 donation. Much appreciated. Yeah, thank you. Thank all of you. Thank all of you, all of you, all of you. Those are, yes, I will. Those are asking for the information. Satish Ramsaran, send me, or Felicia, WhatsApp me the information so I could forward to these people who are messaging me on WhatsApp. Listen, we came to you, we come to you, listen, we pay. Tell you everything, our radio show, we get 2 days a week, we get a fantastic price. We still have to pay that, that's thousands of dollars. All the work that you see that we do, everything. We just had the New York office, just had, thank you Anthony and Joan Sinanan. We just had the New York City office, just had a soup line and made a nice donation to the party. As Felicia get it, as she touch it, straight to pay for the radio. This morning, Janice, Felicia, Tony, myself on the radio, 3 hours. That time costs money. People, we are setting aside everything for Better Trinidad and Tobago. And thank all of you who are standing with us and working together to make this a reality. The Orange Revolution, rise, Orange Army, rise. Rise now. It is your time now. Take your space. Claim your space. Tell them Balize and UNC miss us with the bullshit. Nobody in this country have a divine right to rule. If you are a political party and you worry about the PEP splitting your votes, back up, back up, back up. If we could come along in 2 years and split your votes, you know it's over. Come on, come on. Come on. We're holding on. I'm waiting for Felicia to tell me that we've made the money. Satish, I need some numbers. Give me an update.
I visited Parliament Chamber, witness an orchestra, a band, band, band of only politicians. Well, rated their performance, time, talent, and pure.
Sharon Ramsuk.
Band, band of parliamentarians.
Politics that encourage hate, making good folks discriminate, riches replaced by gates, nurturing racism, multiculturalism.
From the UNC and the PNM, COP and the political.
Satish, Felicia, update me.
Stop taking it cool.
Don't be played for a fool. They're using race as a tool to divide, conquer, and rule, to justify their bull. The race card they always pull. And that's the truth. To justify their bull, the race card they always pull. Trinidadians not racist. We not racist. Not in thank you, Hazra. Thank you very, very much for that. Thank all of you who we refer to as the usual suspects, who are the first out the gate making a donation for these causes. Thank you very much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Our commitment to this course of action, thank you, Richard. For this course of action, our commitment to this course of action is unwavering. Like a racehorse in the starter's gate wearing blinkers, blinders, we see nothing but what's straight ahead. We have a mission to win it. Trinidad and Tobago, this is for you. This is a rescue. This is an undo and redo. It is time to take back our country from the contract mafia who are milking, plundering. Thank you very much. I'm having a problem with these people who I can't thank you by name. Thank you, Curtis. Thank all of you. But to the people who are sending me the private messages, but I understand. I understand. Because we live in a country where They could be nasty and they could victimize people. I understand that. I understand what it feels like. I understand. I'm going to post this message from CNC3 that the cost of the show went up from 18,000 to 26,000 plus VAT. Just so. Just so. Because they could. Because they want to see at some point, you see, the contract mafia don't want to say, oh, you can't rent the time. At some point, they're going to keep moving that bar. But at some point, all of this will be evidence in a court case. At some point, I will be able to show the same Nicholas Sabga. Remember when you had power over us? Remember when you had power over the Progressive Empowerment Party? There's a saying I learned as a young child. Be careful of the toes you're stepping on today. Not connected to the ass you have to kiss tomorrow. I will stay here live until Felicia Holder tell me we hit the target, and we had to be close because we got some good numbers. And if you could help at all, vote for we and we will set you free. Anywhere you go, somebody chanting to we. Somebody promising jobs for all. Some renting funds to make other people fall. But somebody promising more police cars. Somebody going to take the country back. Somebody putting all the bandits away. He said, if they do the crime, they might have fine well paid. But somebody promising the human rights, while somebody threatening to put out their lights. The Montreal full with little Trinidad boys. A bullet stop the wine and put an end to the joy. Now the line call for the mama to mourn. The Nike gone. My
The
friend,
Nike gone. You see the
I'll get your WhatsApp, I'll get your WhatsApp, I want to be able to thank you publicly.
the little red silk is not their true friend.
Yes, why you're not on the live? We have people making donations.
So I tag on.
Join me on the live. Try, keep trying. You get your head. You want to talk on the phone? No, you want to interview on the phone? Okay. Okay, try and let me know. The privilege to publish and broadcast in a democracy belongs to the people of the country. Your job is to use it to the best interest of the masses, not to your pocket, not to the asses, not to the friends and financiers of the political directorate. The fourth estate is called the fourth estate because it is distinct and apart from the three branches of government. It is not supposed to be in bed with government. It is not supposed to be the propaganda arm of government. It's not supposed to be a copy and paste media. Media is supposed to create opportunities and broadcast the opportunities to the people. It is time we, the people of Trinidad and Tobago, demanded a lot more and a lot better. On social media, the Progressive Empowerment Party is the 800-pound gorilla. We know what you're doing. We know what you're doing. 12,000 to advertise, 18,000 to advertise. Now it's $26,000. No problem. No problem. But at some point, you will answer for all of this. At some point, you will have to come up and say why it is you who allowed to discriminate against the Progressive Empowerment Party. Anybody who could make a donation towards the cause, we are trying to raise that $30,000. Blood money. Blood money. If I can get it all in silver, I want to hand it to Sabga in silver as 30 pieces of silver, partner. Don't worry. We will fight this mission as if that is all we were made to do. Anybody who could assist, who could help. Jenny C. Paul Gayadin is on the live. You can reach out to her. Thank you, Nigel. Thank you, Nigel. New York City working overtime. Thank you very, very, very much. It is time, Trinidad and Tobago. It is time for us to get beyond the talk. It is time for us to become a country that the rest of the world could respect. Nobody respects Trinidad and Tobago. We have no value to planet Earth. We do nothing of substance for no one. Everything that we own that have any value, we break it. We mash it up. We destroy it. Nothing of value. Come on, man. Come on. Yeah? You want me to keep the music playing while you're making your donations? While you're making your donations? While Felicia and Satish counting? Target is 30,000.
Wicked people,
I have some people making donations to me.
You ain't no bad man. I'm bad man that makes us one decisions. You don't need anyone. You only need God.
Understood.
You ain't no bad man, boy, nah.
To my friend who need to keep under law because of matters in the court, I understand. I understand. We will maintain your privacy. Felicia, I need you to WhatsApp me all the ways people could send their donations to you so that we could get this done. I need you to give me what a total is.
Fire go Monday. Fire go Monday. Oh, Lord, I said this is the year for love. Fire go Monday. Fire go Monday. Silly boy, you ain't bad at all. Tell me what the fight is for. Killing for. We don't need no more of this, don't need. So tell me what the fight is for. Killing for. We don't need no more of. I said we don't want no more of. Alright, bad man, don't go wrong raping woman, influencing young ones to kill a boy, nah. He ain't no bad man, boy, nah. He ain't no bad man. Alright, bad man works so whatever he wants and he don't need no gun, he full of joy, nah. That is a bad man soldier. He ain't no bad man, so sit down, rock back. Tell them I don't need no strap to defend my people from the great and evil world. So sit down, rock back. Big man look for a walk, you put down evil. If they distress my people, then fire go Monday. Fire go Monday. Oh Lord, I said this is the year for love. Fire go Monday. Fire go Monday. Silly boy, you ain't bad at all. No, me when the fight is for. Killing for. We don't need no more of it, don't need. So tell me what the fight is for. Killing for. We don't need no more of it.
Right. So I try to keep up with the donations on my messenger. There's a private PayPal to me. My PayPal, if you're having trouble with the PEP PayPal, my account controls the PayPal that comes in my name. You could send it there. All goes into one consolidated fund that pays all the bills. So join in, join up, whole show from the start of the show. I wanted to play a certain song. I feel like I play it now because this is a big tune. But yeah, I'm gonna stay here. I have to stay here because we committed to making this money to pay for the show. Janice Lemon, Cricky the PRO, waiting to get the check to go and put it in Samga hands. Help us. We need to pay to broadcast this show. We need to pay for it.
I am the seed of my mother. He is the seed of my grandfather, who is the seed of Akumacha.
So to all races here in Trinbago, Apko Kalyan Ho Danyaho. That stands for may you be blessed, may you prosper. Let us live as one under the sky. A Jahaji Bai, a brotherhood of the boat. Jahaji Bai, tell me. Felicia, the guy that I told you about that sent the message to the third party just confirmed $1,000 donation. So you will reach out to that specific person for me and assist with that transaction. Canadian friends, my New York City friends, my Florida friends, my England friends, to all of you all around the world, all those messages, I can't respond to all. I try and I promise after the show I will respond to all. Thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you. You are showing me, you are teaching me what this is all about, why we do this. You are renewing my faith in humanity. I am telling you this. Thank you all very, very, very much. You all have filled me to overflowing tonight. Message Felicia, message Satish. Let us get this job done. Every little bit helps. Thank all of you. And of course, to the usual suspects and the trainees to the board. is a shame. It is a damnable shame. And we are going to do it publicly. Any battle that they bring, we will fight it in the bright light of the sun and the moon. Trinidad and Tobago has to know what it takes to rescue this country. I want the contract mafia to know, as long as I have breath in my body, we are committed to this mission to rescue TNT. To all of you who are just joining us, we are working a little marathon tonight. We're trying to raise $30,000 to pay CNC3 to broadcast the video that we did like 2 Saturdays ago in Barataria. I'm waiting on the numbers. I know we are doing well. All of the funds that we are receiving tonight are all going to pay CNC3 to buy airtime, to broadcast our show. It went up from $18,000 to $26,000 plus VAT. So we have to raise that money because the price keeps going up for the Progressive Empowerment Party to broadcast on traditional media, while the value of traditional media keeps going down. But listen, we have a mission and we're on that mission. And we can't eat this opportunity. We can't squander it. We can't waste it. We have to work together with you, all of us together, one people under one flag. The orange tsunami moving. I love that, Chanel. Well said. All of you who just joining us, we're working hard. Satish, Felicia, Debbie, Teresa, Jenny C. Paul Garian, all of the crew, they're on the walls right now. They're on the threads. Daniel Jackson, they're talking a mile a minute. Maya Khan is here with us. Any amount you want to donate is towards that $30,000 to pay that bill for Barataria. We will publish the receipt when we get it. We will publish it for you to see. When Janice Lemon Creaky, PRO of the PEP, pays CNC3 to buy that airtime, we will publish that. Trinidad and Tobago, you have to understand, this is not an easy fight we under. Right here, right now, they block us at every point they get. Now, people say, why you don't buy your media? We're buying our media time, and they keep raising the price. Yeah? Trinidad and Tobago. I wish I had other people here with me tonight. I didn't know. Stephen Downer said internet TV. Stephen, we're actually going towards that. Satish Ramsaran is working on that. We're actually building our own studio. That's underway and almost complete. We are going to be broadcasting on Gael TV and on our YouTube channel. We already have a YouTube channel up and running that Maya Khan coordinates. We will be broadcasting it live on Facebook and then boosting the videos. We will do everything in our power, but this is for people like my parents. If you hand my father a laptop, he wouldn't know what to do with it. My parents do not have access. I mean, I take it and show them after, look, your son, this is what I just do. Because people will be calling and saying, hear what your son say. My mother will say, what you say? And I start to go and show her what I say. So, for people like my parents who only have TV, we have to go on the TV and get them, let them see it there too. But, as the saying goes, long rope for Maga good. Yeah? We need something, we need something. We need something. Don't end it on that. Don't end it, Phil. Don't end it. Keep it going. We could do this. We could raise all of that money tonight. We could raise all of it. We're looking for donations. Thank you, all of you who are messaging me. It's going straight to Felicia. So you're going to get a response. You're going to get a response via Felicia Holder. That's who's going to respond to you. Yeah? That's who will respond to you. Let me get something a little different. Where's it? Something different? Something the same? Our favorite. Our favorite. Tell me, I should get plenty donations for this song. Just keep them coming.